Hello and welcome to the Strat Show, where we discuss all things Stratocaster. Hi kids, today I'm going to talk about my 4 Stratocaster style guitars, and although they're all very similar, it's the little things that make them so special. I bought this neck on eBay, but what really is a Stratocaster, really, if you follow me? No, it's got to be more David Attenborough.
But what is a Stratocaster, really, if you think about it?
This is a Gibson 175, semi-hollow body electric. And this is a Fender Stratocaster. The Gibson has a glued-in neck, which looks almost seamless here. They even made the grain go the same way. This looks like one instrument. As if you would change the parts, change the neck, it would lose integrity. The Stratocaster isn't like that. It has a bolt-on neck. Makes it easier to change. But you lose sustain because you don't have such a good steel. But it allows you to change your necks. Stratocaster has 3 pickups, where almost every other guitar has 2, except for some of the copies. And that gives you more options. More means more choices. No other guitars, mainstream guitars, have 3. The Gibson Les Paul has 2. Most Gibsons have, well, I think all Gibsons have 2, except for there were a few Les Pauls that had 3 humbuckers. And that's what I like. As an artist, I like choices. And choices mean freedom. And freedom means America. And that's why it's a good patriot American way to... America's a symbol of Fender's a symbol of America. And the Fender and the Constitution created by with unalienable America rights. Freedom. Fender, though, wanted to make a solid body electric guitar inexpensively. So how do you do that? Well, let's cut corners. So their guitars aren't so much as a craft as some other brands, and the quality is obviously not the craftsmanship that you see in the Gibsons and Guild. And Gibson and other solid body guitar companies followed all the traditional instrument making rules, such as use big pieces of wood, make sure they're all glued together nicely, use as few pieces of wood as possible, etc., etc. But Fender wanted to make a less expensive electric guitar, solid body. Instead of using really high quality wood, such as mahogany or ebony, like Gibson would use on their guitars, they used swamp ash or alder or an inexpensive wood. It's not shoddy necessarily. There's some good Fenders, there's some bad Fenders too. See, the Stratocaster is more than a make of a guitar from the brand Fender, which has many other makes. It's more of an idea. It's a style of playing rock and roll. And it's like a DIY kit for guitar players. You wouldn't really dare take apart any kind of Paul Reed Smith guitar and start adding parts into it. You'd have to be very brave. But a Fender Stratocaster is inviting because it's made so modularly, because they interchange so many different parts themselves with other companies. It makes it easy for you to do. And you're not worried too much about ruining their wonderful craft if you kind of know what you're doing. Everything on the Stratocaster is modular. The bridge, the pickups, the tuners, the neck. Once the neck comes off, of course, you can do whatever you want with the frets in the fingerboard. And the electronics are also modular. and we'll get to that later. So it lends itself to tinkering and doing what you want with the guitar. My theory is, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, is that it kind of divided up rock and roll into two worlds, the Fender world and the Gibson world. And the guitars really, the difference in them started to matter stylistically. Now it's time to meet the fellas. Hi, fellas. So, this one is a throw-around guitar. It's made of a bunch of different parts. I got a reflective pickguard because I thought it looked cool. This guitar has a long history, and I can't go into it here. This is a Fender Stratocaster stock, completely stock, 2003 I think, with a Floyd Rose bridge and nut system, which is very rare for Stratocaster, for Fender Stratocasters. There's the blocking nut, and there's the bridge. And it's a Mexican, since it's made in Mexico, they made a theme out of it to say that it's like a Tex-Mex kind of sound. And they have Tex-Mex pickups, which is...
Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too.
Sort of a southern, bold, but vintagey Texas kind of sound. I don't know why this stupid thing won't focus. Moving along, we have the all-white Strat, which I bought in Germany and then added pieces and did some custom work on it and finished it in Israel. And my USA Strat, which is the best of them all, which I have also modified. And now it's time for the Strat Show trivia question. What feature of the upside-down Strat was adopted by Stevie Ray Vaughan from the Jimi Hendrix upside-down left-handed, right-handed Strat? A, the upside-down volume knob. B, the upside-down chicken. C, the upside-down whammy bar. Or D, the upside-down pickups. Keep tuned. Keep watching to find out. I'm going to answer that question either late in the show or, I don't know, maybe next week. The point I'm trying to get at is, although there were a lot of cool guitars that were highly honed craftsman's work, the Stratocaster wasn't like that. It wasn't an Aston Martin. It wasn't a Rolls Royce. It was a Mustang. It was a hot rod. And what you do is you start putting rims on it and fatter tires and a fuel injector and dual exhaust. Or you make it into a lowrider. It's a hot rod. It's not presumptuous.
The most important thing about rock is the attitude. Because, you know, it's not supposed to be really good.
But it is cool. And it is a very American idea. Stratocaster came out in the mid-1950s. And a kind of a scrawny looking kid from Texas, kind of a plain looking guy, maybe bookish, but could sing. He played one. And you'd look at him and you'd think, well, he doesn't look like much of a rock star. That is a killer looking Strat he's got. This was one of the first times it appeared. So, with this exciting news, we are going to make the ultimate hot rod Stratocaster on this show. We're going to meet lots of Strat users. We're going to go and test Stratocasters out. It's going to be fun. And come with us. Next week, we'll have special guests. and I'm